After a decade of building creators, artists, and founders, I've realized one thing. No one achieves greatness alone. The biggest question I've come to answer is, what is the framework of pursuing your potential? A lot of people have different answers, but to my knowledge and what I've seen four major phases. First, emergence. This is when it's a new concept, a new idea. You have something that you believe you're great at, something you believe you want to accomplish. It may be a business, it may be a goal, such as becoming a world-class athlete. A lot of people underestimate what it takes, but the curiosity, the starting point of this journey is really beautiful. But that same underestimation allows you to start. So in the phase of emergence, you often don't listen to other people when they say, that's never gonna work out. You think you have something good, you don't do the deep dive to actually question if this idea can actually work. Am I really on the right path? But if you do make it out, now you've started. You've done more than a lot of people have already if you just start. So on this cycle, on this pursuit of potential, just like life and death and rebirth, I believe everything is a cycle. A cycle, like the year, has 4 seasons or 4 phases. The first one for pursuit of potential being emergence. When you're in the phase of emergence, you start usually with no team. You need to build the belief of other people. Not many people can rally a team around them. That's just the truth. Only someone that believes in themselves and the idea can explain what they're working on with such clarity, passion, and a true vision to get people on their side, on their team. For example, a creative needs an editor, it needs a videographer, it needs a team that they have around them. Without these elements in place, no one is able to get to the next step on pursuing their potential. This step is called the ascent. The ascent is unique. When you have the first results, you believe that your idea is now possible. You see that it's working out. This phase is very dangerous. You believe everything is working. You believe that time is now and you are the chosen one. You're not going to listen to what people have to say, especially those people who are negative. You see that your idea is now working, you're on the right path, and no one can tell you otherwise. In this phase, that confidence that you have is so essential. You invest in yourself. You might go the extra mile and stay up that extra hour because you truly believe and you see progress. A lot of people never make it to the phase of ascent because they're stuck in the emergence phase, the idea phase, and they go back to square one. So with all these phases on the pursuit of potential, you're always going through a cycle. You may start with an idea and go back to the beginning. You may start with the idea and rise up and have success, but fall back now to a new concept and restart all over again. So naturally, the next phase after ascent is a fall. And that fall we call reckoning. Reckoning is a really interesting concept because you're learning about the mistakes, the ego, a lot of energy you misplaced and overlooked a lot of necessary things when you're full of confidence. This is when it gets really hard to bounce back. You start questioning everything. People turn on you, your own team, potentially. When you question the core belief value that got you started in the first place, things start to fall apart. You're not yourself anymore. You may get depressed. You may find yourself halting where you used to go. When you used to have that confidence, when you used to have that energy that was charismatic, that brought people together. When you're in a reckoning phase, you might actually push people away. You have a negative energy to you and you're repenting about what I did wrong and you're looking at the negatives instead of the positives. Even after achieving success, you're still questioning if you're on the right path. And that's very dangerous. A lot of people never recover from this phase and they're stuck in reckoning forever. The most beautiful phase, if you're lucky enough to have the right support system around you, is the last phase. And that phase is renewal. Renewal is more of a state of being, of understanding and becoming. In the phase of renewal, you understand that a lot of things went wrong, a lot of things went right, but I need to figure this out because I put so much work in so far. A lot of people count on me. I can't let them down. I do know what I'm doing. I did have success, and I learned from my mistakes, my failures, my attempts, and I'm actually stronger now than ever before. And this phase, the beauty comes in understanding you have to go back to phase one and start a new idea again, a new concept, and a new way of thinking. And that's when you start the phase of emergence. It's a restart in a lot of ways, but it connects to the last phase of renewal. Just like any cycle, cycles last different lengths. We don't know how long each phase will last, but we do know eventually it will come back to the beginning. So what's the biggest takeaway here? History repeats itself. Everything moves in cycles. Life itself is cyclical. It's up to us to understand, which phase am I in? Am I stuck ideating, believing, and never acting? Am I stuck full of confidence and ego, but never really understanding where I'm at? Am I stuck thinking about the past and the mistakes and the failures and never coming whole again? Or am I stuck thinking about who I've become without starting over again? So in each phase, on the pursuit of potential, you might start and stop and start all over again. You might not even go through all 4 phases at once. But when the cycle breaks, you always go back to the beginning. And this is a life lesson for all the people out there that are pursuing something greater than themselves. For those who are truly trying to achieve their highest potential. Our community, RG, based on these concepts and principles, strives to understand this pursuit and give all the resources possible to make sure people have support along the way. Our biggest principle is that no one achieves greatness alone. Throughout this pursuit of potential, you must build a team. It's non-negotiable. You will not last by cutting everyone off, locking yourself into your room, and doing things a lot of people recommend. To have success, but to be miserable, is that truly success? I would say no. I believe that for this to all work, what you're working on today, what you believe you can do, what you're capable of doing, you need to do it with other people. The shared pursuit, the shared experience of the journey, of the cycle, the 4 phases, is what bonds you with your team, and your team becomes family. My sole focus is to build a community that helps people like you, people that are pursuing their potential, people that want to achieve greatness. I want to be a symbol of belief, and a symbol of structure. Wherever you are in the cycle, understand where you are. Start there and build. It takes a lot of courage just to understand all the work you've done, all the energy you've put in, may be in the wrong direction. It takes a certain type of person to restart again. My biggest source of confidence is the fact that I've failed more than anyone I know and more than a lot of you out there. But I'm ready to understand why I failed at each cycle and each phase. All the lessons I've learned are from starting. If you don't start, you'll never see what you're truly capable of. Every person should understand what they're actually made of. The only way to figure that out is to pursue your highest potential.